What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Let's Just Chill podcast. This is episode 5. Today we'll be talking about this Sonic movie 2, my YouTube channel, and the new Star Wars Lego game that just came out. So, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so I know you can already tell this podcast is a bit different. There's no video. I'm not currently upstairs. And the reason is because our AC broke up there. It's like 90 up there right now, Fahrenheit, and it's super hard to record, to sit up there for a long period of time because it's so hot. So I'm downstairs in my room right now. That's why there's no video, because I don't have it set up to record. But yeah, they're coming to fix it tomorrow, actually. So I'm going to be able to record up there again. But tell me in the comments if you actually like this better, because I kind of like this better. I think it's different, but I think it sounds better than it did upstairs. So in the comments, tell me what do you think about this for the podcast, and just go no audio. But I'm also going to be trying to upload it to Spotify also, and maybe seeing how that works, because I'm not quite sure how to get it on there, but I'll be trying to get my podcast on Spotify pretty soon here. Speaking of getting my podcast on Spotify, I want to talk about my YouTube. I know I posted that video the other day about I'm going to be posting once a week. I posted that, and then the AC broke. So, I'm still planning to do that. I just couldn't do it upstairs, and it really stumped me there because, I was like, I have videos planned and I know what I want to make, but the problem is I couldn't record up there. And I also actually was going to record this yesterday, but I ran into a roadblock because I couldn't get my microphone to connect to my computer. And I looked at it. Apparently, it was connected to the Oculus, and I was like, "What in the world? How did it?" I'm not sure how it connected to the Oculus, but it did. Speaking of Oculus, I also plan to be making Oculus videos in the future. I'm still trying to get that worked out, but I'm going to be trying to do more gaming, specifically VR, because I think VR is super cool. And I think it would be a awesome type of video to make for my channel. Now, I want to get off of the topic of my YouTube channel because it isn't very enticing to listen to. I'm going to talk about the Sonic movie 2. Just so you know, there will be a couple spoilers in this, and it's not major stuff. Okay, there will be some major stuff, so you might want to skip ahead a bit until the next bit if you don't want spoilers. Okay, now that the people have skipped ahead, the first thing I want to talk about is the cringiest part in the movie. The fact that Jim Carrey, aka Eggman, flosses in this movie. Now, I was in the movie theater watching this. I fell out of my seat. I was cringing so bad. It was awful. And I didn't know how to react. It was so bad. I think they mentioned The Rock at one point too. And I was like, what? Why though? What's the point of this? And I also, speaking of people who they talked about in it, I saw Preston Plays, a YouTuber. If you don't know him, a big YouTuber, but I saw him, and he was he was in the background for one of the shots. And I was like, wait a second, why does he look familiar? Oh yeah, that's that YouTuber guy. It was a pretty good movie. There were some funny moments. And there were also some moments I don't really get, like the Chaos Emeralds and the I can't remember what it was Master Emerald. I don't know much about like the actual Sonic games and how it works. But it's not how I remembered. It's not how it is in the games, and I don't know how. It really threw me off. It was very because it just wasn't like how the games are with how they work. But on a side note, also, I'm also wondering what they're gonna do for Sonic 3, because at the end of 2, see, at the end of Sonic 1, they had a little extra bit after the credits, which was like Tails coming to Earth. But at the end of this one, they said, oh, we found Robotnik's lab, and it's Shadow, I think. It was Shadow and like a test thing. Like he created Shadow. So I'm really excited for that movie. But also, Jim Carrey announced who he plays Dr. Robotnik. He announced that Sonic 2 will be his last movie, and he is retiring. So I'm really wondering how the next Dr. Robotnik is going to be, because Jim Carrey played that role very well. And I'm really wondering how the next actor will play that role. Also, the Dr. Robotnik wasn't really how he was in the video games. In the video games, he was also Eggman, because he was in the shape of an egg. But in this, he was just like a normal guy. So at first, in the first one, it kind of threw me off. But I grew to like this Dr. Robotnik, and I thought it was really sad, sort of, when I found out he isn't going to be in the next Sonic movie. And I was like, oh, because he played that role very well. Speaking of the movies and shows, Obi-Wan Kenobi is a show releasing on Disney Plus later this month, I believe. And I'm really excited for that, because it's going to be a whole TV show on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think it said it's set 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith. But I think I'm really excited for this. Ewan McGregor is back, and he's going to be playing the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi once again. I think it's going to be a really good film. My favorite Star Wars film is Revenge of the Sith. I think it was the best one that was ever made. And it's really good. And I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a good movie. I've been reading up about it. It sounds like they've been working on this for a while. Let's see. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. The person, oh my goodness, I can't remember their name, who played Anakin is back, is going to be also Hayden Christensen, that's his name. Christensen, whatever. He is also back. So I would think that Anakin is going to be back in this movie. I'm really... Well, actually... But Anakin... Wait. If it was set 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith, then he would be Darth Vader. Huh. Yeah, I'm really wondering. I don't know. we'll see. It says there'll be 6 episodes. It is scheduled to premiere on the 27th of May, so there will be in 24 days. And the 6th episode will come out on June 22nd, and that'll be the end of season 1. So, super excited for that. I think that'll be a really good show to watch. I'm really excited. Speaking of Star Wars, the new Lego Star Wars game just came out also. And I don't know if you've seen the graphics in this Lego game. It looks so good. I'm thinking about buying it, and I may see if I can make a video on it, because this game just looks so nice. It's crazy what they can do with these video games now. It's really insane. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Look up a picture of it real quick, because this game just looks amazing. I'm really excited. So it's the Skywalker trilogy, or the Skywalker saga. And I don't own it currently, but I'm still thinking about buying it, because it looks like an amazing game to play. And if I do get it, I may make a video on it. So comment down below what you think about that, and if I should make a video on it. Alright, so I have this next thing I want to talk about. I'm going to be doing this new bit called Car Corner, where I talk about cars and car news. I have a little thing ready for this, so let's do Car Corner. Alright, so the Aeromobil Am 4.0 flying car might actually be becoming a thing. It's a car that flies. It's pretty cool. It's basically a plane that can drive on the road. And this car, it looks so crazy. I mean, the fact that what's the thing is, when you actually think about what's the point of a flying car? And how will they be able to actually, let's say this actually becomes a real car, and you can go from driving to flying on a long strip. How are they going to be, because with air traffic control and at airport, they're able to control that. But if you just decide, I'm going to go out for a fly today, you can just get in your car and drive down the road. But how are they going to do you have to be, the thing is, if it has to be on a runway, then it would be either, but are you able to just take off on it's intended for commercial operations, so it's not just gonna be unless you have a lot of money, just buy it. How much does it cost? Let's see how much. I don't see that doesn't look like they have a price. They claim it can, the total output of about 300 horsepower, an estimated 0 to 60 time of 10 seconds on the ground. Top speed on land, just shy of 100 miles per hour. Cruise at 160 miles per hour in air. So this doesn't really go that fast. I mean, 100 miles per hour is fast, but it's not really that fast. 160 miles per hour for a plane is not really that fast. It can travel between 320 and 600 miles on one tank of gas, or whatever it will be fueled on. It has a 3-point harness on it, or 3-point seatbelt, whatever you want to say. So it has one of those half. Oh, this interior. I don't like this interior. It's way too like simplistic. It has that half steering wheel, like on that new Tesla Plaid. Also, I want to talk about that Tesla Plaid, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And it has, yeah. So it looks like it's just kind of like what I would expect a car plane to look like interior. Not a full plane, but not a full car. It's kind of a mix. It's extremely cramped. Doesn't look like it would. Yeah, what would happen though if you get this in a crash? How safe is it really going to be? Cuz it doesn't. How safe would that really be? Cuz it's a plain car. I don't see this car being very safe. Also, you can't just drive this on the road because it has wings on it. Unless these wings can, yeah, never mind. The wings can fold in, but that's still a wide, very wide thing. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is the Model S Plaid, which is a crazy fast car. At $101,000, which is extremely expensive. This has a range of 412 miles per charge, and it holds a powerful 1,020 horsepower with the 0 to 60 time of 2.4 seconds. That is an insanely fast 0 to 60 car, and I think the power of electric cars is just going to get better. I mean, you've already seen like the Rimac Concept 2 and the Concept 1 extremely fast. The Tesla Model S Plaid extremely fast. I see the future of fast cars being electric. I mean, these electric cars are so much faster than an actual gas car. And, they are more expensive well, actually, you know what? For how fast they go, they're kind of the same price. If you're going for speed, they're kind of the same price. But, like, the electric car, but you're also got to take into account, yes, I think electric cars are going to grow on more, but you also got to think they are more expensive. It's going to take way longer to. I mean, I see the future of maybe even motor racing, right? Maybe that just becomes electric. These cars have so much power from this electricity, and I see them just getting better. They are more expensive, but also you get much more power so much quicker because the electric motors can produce more. It's crazy what these things can do. But it's also $100,000. And also the stupid half steering wheel on this thing looks absolutely ridiculous. But other than that, I mean, the screen on it really kind of saves it, because like you can play games on it and like do whatever you want with that screen, which is pretty awesome, especially if you're on like a long. Well, actually, I highly doubt you can do it while you're driving, because a lot of that new technology stuff, like if you're driving, it doesn't let you because it thinks the driver's doing it. Which I mean is a good safety precaution, but like for a passenger, like if like I'm in the passenger seat on a road trip and I want to play a game on there, like I would really like to, but I kind of get why, because you don't want the driver being distracted, or if it's just the driver alone, you don't want somebody in a car trying to play a game while driving. That's just not safe. But that's not much for today's Car Corner, but that's all I have for today. So, Car Corner is over for today. Alright, and I think actually that's just gonna end it for today. A short podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I didn't really have much to talk about, but it's kind of late at night.